greatness in you. Hello, my name is Les Brown, and I am so glad to be here today on video. I wish I could be in the room, but Bill and Marlon and Matt will be holding the fort down and doing an incredible thing today. You know, when I think about Inspired Millionaires, and I want to thank all of you for being here, because this event only attracts millionaires or millionaires in training. So that's a wonderful thing. You need to give yourselves a round of applause right now. I want to share with you what I have learned about creating a consciousness, a mindset of becoming a millionaire. And that's very important. When I think about my circumstances, born in an abandoned building on a floor in a poor section of Miami, Florida called Liberty City with a twin brother, I'm on this video because of two women. One gave me life, the other one gave me love. God took me out of my biological mother's womb and placed me in the heart of my adopted mother. And when I think about my environment, I was in a poor section of Miami that they had drugs and all types of crime. And my mother only had a third grade education, and she worked for wealthy families on Miami Beach. And I remember in spite of the negative environment where I was, going to work with my mother. She would make up beds, and she kept their children, and she cooked for them. And we ate the food left over from the families that she cooked for. They would say, Mamie, whatever food is left over, you can take it home to those 7 children that you have adopted. And we wore the hand-me-down clothes of the children that Mama worked for. And I remember walking around those big, beautiful mansions and saying, Mama, I'm a mama's boy. What is it, Leslie, when I become a man, I'm going to buy you a big, beautiful home, just like this. Well, she said, oh, you don't have to do that. I said, I know, but I want to. You didn't have to adopt us either, but you did. And that was a major goal. I want you to think some major goal that you'd like to achieve. It might be to transition out of a job that's below your intelligence and your pay grade, and to transition and doing something that's you. I speak because I have to. I love to speak. I talk in my sleep. See, I believe you were not born to work for a living, but to live your making. And living your making will make your living. $1 million represents to me not just money, but the ability to get a good night's sleep. I need to tell you, all right? The ability to have great relationships, the ability to have your health. Your health is your wealth. That might sound corny, but that's real. I'm a 21-year little C conqueror. I don't say the word anymore, okay? Because of God's grace and mercy. It might be to create wealth, and that's a wonderful thing. You know, I never wanted to be wealthy. I just wanted to be comfortable. That I realized in order to be comfortable, you got to be wealthy. Let the record show. I used to be so broke I could walk past a bank and trip the alarm. My children would answer the phone and say, my daddy said he ain't home. I was teaching them to lie. Oh, I'm so sorry. Please pray for me. Listen, poverty sucks. I'm telling you. And you can't have too much money. It's better to have money and not need it than to need it and not have it. 95% of the people who filed bankruptcy last year did so because of medical expenses. Money, it gives you choices. You have options with money. I've traveled to over 50 countries and spoke all over the world. And if I didn't have the money to do it, I would not be able to. My children, when they graduated from college, they didn't have any college debt because I worked hard to make that possible. So I want you to say with me right now, it's possible. Yes, it's possible. It's possible that you can create wealth. It's possible that you can earn millions of dollars. I've done it, so I'm talking about what I know. I believe you don't teach what you don't know, and you don't believe that you don't lead where you don't go. So I want to talk to you about the process. The first process for me, and I suggest for you, is take time out every day. Read 30 to 40 pages of something positive every day. Take an hour to listen to something positive every day to program your mind. Why? Because we live in a world where we're told more about our limitations rather than our potential. And so you want to begin to deliberately, consciously program your mind. Read 30 to 40 pages of something positive every day. Listen to something positive every day to override those negative thoughts that's in your mind. Just take this time out for you. I call it my moment with God. And get still. When you wake up in the morning, bless your day. Thank you, Father, for this day of life, for waking me up in my right mind. Thank you for blessing this day, for giving me brilliant ideas, for introducing me to people that will help me and bring value to me. Thank you for ordering my steps each and every day as I go forward into the future, being used by you as an instrument. I'm a force for God. Thank you, Father, for this day. Bless your day. Bless your day. It's a blessing. It's a blessing to be here. Next thing that's most important, not only programming yourself to know that it's possible, but it's necessary that you have this ritual on a regular basis to restructure your thinking and to widen your vision of what's possible for you. The other thing that's important is look at your relationships and make note. The people that you're around, the people that's in your ear, the people that are close to you, family members as well. Ask yourself the question, what are these relationships doing to me? Because in order to create $1 million or more, you must create the best version of you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, the best version of you. You've got to work on that. When you identify the goal that you have in mind, ask yourself the question, what kind of person must I become? What is it that I've got to change about me? What are the behaviors, the habits, the relationships, the things that I'm doing that's a liability to me? Because in order to get what you want, you don't get in life what you want, you get in life what you are. So you've got to die to who you are now to give birth to who you must become in order to create this million. A lot of people, they go after the goal and they don't change themselves. When your achievements exceed your own sense of self-worth, you will begin to unconsciously engage in self-destructive behavior. I know this. Personally, I know this. So I'm saving you some time. So focus on you. Practice OQP in relationships. Only quality people. Dr. Dennis Kimbrough out of Atlanta said, if you're the smartest one in your group, you need to get a new group. Only quality people. Many people will never achieve their goals because they have too many toxic, negative, argumentative people in their lives. That's distracting. That drains you mentally, that stresses you out. Les, can I change them? No. Some people are so negative, you can watch them walk into a dark room and begin to develop. Oh, behave, whatever. No, it's a full-time job changing yourself. So you've got to release these people. Let go or be dragged. Let them go or they will drag you down. When I found out that you're in within $2,000 to $3,000 of your closest friends, I got all the broke people out of my life. I'm telling you, go. Don't go away, man. Just go away. All right. The other thing that's necessary is that you write your goals down and become clear of the action steps moving in the direction of your dream. Now, you don't have to know how you're going to get there. Please understand this. I've got a park right here. I didn't do what I'm doing for 14 years because I don't have a college education, because I didn't think I can compete with people with PhDs and MBAs, because when I was in the 5th grade, I was labeled educable mentally retarded and put back from the 5th grade to the 4th grade and failed again when I was in the 8th grade. I have no college training. But I had this high school teacher one day. I went in his class looking for a friend named MacArthur Stevens. And he said, young man, go to the board and work this problem out for me. And I said, sir, I can't do that. And he says, why not? I said, I'm not one of your students. He said, look at me. I said, yes, sir. Go to the board and work the problem out anyhow. I said, I can't, sir. And the other students started laughing, saying, he's DT. He's got a twin brother. Wesley is smart. He's Leslie. He's DT. What's DT? He's the dumb twin. And I said, I am, sir. And he came from behind his desk and he looked at me. He said, don't you ever say that again. Someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. That was a turning point in my life. On one hand, I was humiliated, but on the other hand, I was liberated because he looked at me with the eyes of Goethe, who said, look at a man the way that he is, he only becomes worse. But look at him as if he were what he could be, then he becomes what he should be. And that was a turning point in my life. And he talked to me about the value of transforming your mindset and increasing your skill set. As you look at yourself, look at your goals and dreams, what skills must you increase? You need at least 3 core competencies to go to that next level. At least 3. You can't put all your eggs in one basket. At least 3 core competencies, okay? Now, the next thing is raise the bar on yourself. In order to become a millionaire, in order to become extremely wealthy, you've got to become someone that you're not now. See, when you put the bar high enough, in order to do something you've never done, you've got to become someone you've never been. Viscott said, if you're not willing to risk, you can't grow. And if you can't grow, you can't become your best. And if you can't become your best, you can't be happy. And if you can't be happy, then what else is there? Helen Keller said, life is short and unpredictable. Eat the dessert first. All right. So it's possible that you can live your dream, program your mindset. It's necessary that you upgrade your relationships, that you identify your goals, that you write them down and write a clear description of the kind of person that you must become, the best version of you in order to do that. And it's you. It's you. George Bernard Shaw said the people that make it in this life, they look around for the circumstances that they want, and if they can't find them, they create them. It's you. It's you, yes. And the next step is, it's hard. It's hard. I remember when my mentor who said, listen, Brownie, man, you know why you go see Zig Ziglar and Robert Schuller and Dr. Norman Vincent Peale and those guys and Wayne Dyer? I said, no, why? I like their message. Why? Why are you asking that? He said, no, it's not that. He said, you like their message, but you know what? He said, you like that. You hold court here at the radio station every day. You're always talking to people, motivating people, making them laugh, making them feel good. That's you, Brownie. I said, oh, Mike, you know I can't do that. I never worked for a major corporation. Mike, I couldn't possibly do that. How can I compete with people with MBAs and PhDs and college degrees that I don't have? And I don't have any experience in that area. He said, Brownie, all of us are born the same way, dumb, naked, and speechless. You could learn. Wow, that hit me between the eyes. And I thought about it. He was right. And I hired him as my strategist and consultant. He wrote a book, and I'm encouraging all of you to get it. It's called The Road to Your Best Stuff. The Road to Your Best Stuff by Mike Williams. I wrote the foreword for it. Brilliant book and a brilliant individual, strategic thinker. And so because of this encouragement, I did what he told me. I procrastinated for 14 years, and finally, he got through to me. And I thought he would let me off the hook because I said it was hard. And then, you want to write this down, he said, if you do what is easy, your life will be hard. But if you do what is hard, your life will be easy. Whoa. Do what is easy. Come up with excuses. Amplify your shortcomings. Your life will be hard. But if you just decide, you know what? I'm going to make this happen. I can do hard. I can do hard. And many of you have already done hard before. And now you're ready for a new chapter. Next thing is, it's worth it. I want you to write down 5 reasons on why you are going to commit yourself to creating the best version of you. Write down 5 reasons on why you are not going to give up, even if you face rejection after rejection after rejection after rejection, that you're going to keep moving forward. You'll see every no as a step forward. Like Kendra. Kendra, she is the daughter of Kevin Bracey, very gifted and talented motivational speaker that I trained, and he played my motivational materials around his daughter all the time. And I'm including you to do the same thing. I'm encouraging you to do the same thing, to play the motivational messages around your children, because they're formulating and molding now what they will be in the future. When she turned 18, she said, Daddy, I want to go to Los Angeles. They live in Sacramento, California. Professional dancer. And Kevin tried to talk her out of it. And she used his words on him. Dad, you tell people they can live their dreams. Does that exclude me? And he said, no, then I'm going to LA. You know, it's a bad thing when your kids use your old words on you. My kids have done that to me. And she went to LA, and the first year she faced no after no after no after no. The first year auditioning 5 and 7 times a day. Can you imagine that? That physical work, and then someone tells you after you get through, no. And then the second year, no after no after no. And she decided to get an agent to represent her, to open doors for her, that's known for being able to help people get a big break. And this agency saw her when her audition, say, oh, you got the stuff. Yes, we'd like to have you as a client. And so that second year, she faced no after no after no after no. And then the agency said, you know what? We've had a year of no's and not even one callback. Sorry, but we're going to have to drop you. You don't have it. She was devastated. She cried. She didn't call her father and mother and tell them, because she knew they would say, baby, that's okay. You've been there now for 2 years. Come home. And she said she decided to have a talk with God. She looked at herself in the mirror. She started thinking about herself, who she had been, how she had been showing up. And she made a commitment to create the best version of Kendra, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, and physically. And the third year, she started off no after no after no after no. She joined the Debbie Reynolds dance group. And then a dancer said, you know, Beyonce is holding auditions for dancers. Now, usually dancers don't share that kind of information because they don't want somebody to show up and get a spot that they might have gotten. But Christine did. She shared that with Kendra. Kendra went an audition. To make a long story short, they called her and said, you are accepted. She was the youngest dancer on the stage for Beyonce, right next to Beyonce. And they did over 50 shows all over the United States and around the world. Make no your vitamin. That's why it's important to listen to the messages that we provide for you on YouTube. And I'm going to give you a gift called Choosing Your Future. I'll give it to Bill so he can make sure each one of you will get it. We'll listen to it. It's my gift to you and to Bill and Matt and Marlon, because mental resiliency is very important. I have a saying, if life knocks you down, try and land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up, all right? And so you got to have some reasons. Nietzsche said, if you know the why for living, you can endure almost anyhow. Write down 5 reasons on why you will not give up. 5 reasons. And when the tough times come, and they're going to come, when the setbacks happen, When people you thought you can count on and they desert you, they let you down, they disappoint you. When people lie and they cheat you and take advantage of you, your reasons will become your rod and staff to comfort you. It's possible that you can live your dream. It's necessary that you work on yourself, that you create a millionaire mindset. It's you. You've got to let go of those toxic, negative relationships. You've got to be focused. Keep thine eyes single and thy whole body will be full of light. Take responsibility to make it happen. It's hard, but you can do hard. And it's worth it. I can tell you it's worth it. You know, when I saw my mother get excited when I drove her in an area of North Miami Beach, a house that she looked at it, and she said, oh my God, what a big, beautiful home. 10,000 square feet, 12-foot deep swimming pool, basketball court. My mom was 78. You know she could play the basketball, but I could. And so she said, if I lived in something like that, I would feel like Mrs. Rockefeller. And I knew that was the home for her. I knew my mother's taste, and I didn't even have a contract on it. I had no clue how I was going to do it. And that's what I want to make clear. You don't need to know how you're going to do it. Lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. How you're going to do this is none of your business. That's God's business. What's necessary that you make the commitment. Commit thy works unto the Lord. Thy thoughts should be established. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. Commitment. It's a difference between it being involved in pursuing a dream and being committed. The next time you have bacon and eggs, look at it. The pig was committed, but the chicken was involved. Okay? And so I got the contract, I bought the house, had it fully furnished, and paid for everything. And I drove back in the area again, and she said, Leslie, slow down. I just started speeding up again. Deliberately. She said, boy, didn't I tell you to slow down? I said, yes, ma'am, Mama. She said, look at that house. Look at that beautiful water fountain in front. Wow, I love that. I said, Mama, I know the people that live there. She said, no. I do. Would you like to see it? She said, yes. So I ran around to the door and opened the door, and she held my arm, and we started walking toward the house. Then she stopped, and she said, Leslie? I said, yes, ma'am. Boy, you sure you know these people? I said, yes, ma'am, Mama, I do. I got to the door, and then I couldn't hold it anymore. I put the key in the door, turned the key, opened the door, and said, Mrs. Rockefeller, this is your home. And she said, what are you talking about, Leslie? I said, Mama, I bought this for you. It's fully furnished. Everything is paid for. She looked at me in disbelief. She stuck her head in the door and said, anybody home? I said, Mama, there's no one here but us. And she came in and she walked around. And she said, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Nobody ever told me something like this would happen to me. Leslie, you didn't have to do this. I said, Mama, you didn't have to adopt us either, but you did. You did. And it was hard. It wasn't easy. And she said, you were such a problem, child. I said, I know, but I got money now. You know, Red Fox said, money can't buy you happiness, but can make a big down payment. So I want to say, Inspired Millionaires events are events that I encourage you to attend. And I'm looking forward to coming myself personally. I can say to you, and I don't know you, but based upon my own experience, that you have something special. You have greatness within you. And when you're pursuing your greatness, you don't know what your limits are. So you act like you don't have any. I want to thank you so much for listening. I hope you got some value. Thank you so much, Marlon and Matt and Bill. And I say to you, God bless you. God bless your dream. God bless America. You have something special. You have greatness within you. You were born to be a millionaire. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. This has been Les Brown, Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy, and Bill's pride and joy. Thank you so much.